What's up, everybody? Jarrell Coleman here. We're going to be talking about how to make a Forex trade today. Now, the Forex market, of course, is the foreign currency exchange. So this is where you invest in the difference between currencies around the world. You can probably see on my screen here, I got a few apps that I use in order to assist me with my trade making. I'll close my camera out. Get this lift icon off the screen. So one of the first things that I want to check before making a trade is the daily news. Let me refresh that. So the country is going to be displayed over here on the right hand side. If you scroll up, you see that the actual results load in real time. The number in the middle is a projection. And then of course you have the past. So what released last time, what they expected to be this time, and then once the time limit comes down, you're going to get a release. Now red is bad, green is good, of course. Good news is going to have a positive effect on whatever that currency may be. Red news is going to have a bad effect. And then you're also going to notice that you have different levels of priority. Always pay close attention to the high priority news. It's going to have the biggest effect on what the price is. So this is my MetaTrader 4 app. This is what I use in order to make trades on the Forex market. As you can see, I haven't made any trades today. Got close to $200 in my live account. And these are the pairs that I pay the most attention to, but there are literally, well, I was gonna say literally hundreds, but about 70 different Forex pairs that you can trade in order to make money off of, and it's just basically going to be one country versus another. So what I'm looking at right now is the Great Britain versus the Japanese yen. It's an Asian pair. Asian sessions are usually best to trade late at night if you're in the US, as well as very early in the morning. So I'll often sit up overnight and make trades on the GBP JPY pair. I'm a scalper, so I look for quick entries. One of the things that I like to do is just verify the trend. And of course, I'm not going to take this at face value. Just because they believe there's a strong buy trend right now doesn't mean I would agree with that. But generally, if you can find information supporting itself in multiple places, is going to be reliable. So right now my app is telling me GBP JPY is in a strong buy trend, which means it should be going up, like these green bars that you see here. And me being on the H4 chart right now just means that each bar represents a 4-hour time period. So you can see it's 2:35 p.m. right now. Over the last 8 hours, this pair has risen in price about 77 pips, what you call pips or price points. So if I was trading $1 per pip and I had bought early this morning, that would have been a $70 opportunity right there, if that makes sense. Just by knowing that I'm in a strong buy trend and then looking for the confirmations that I'm in a buy trend, like the moving alligator average moving up here, the parabolic SAR being at the bottom, RSI not being over 70. My last fractal was down at the bottom, so I know the last thing that was hit was a support level, not resistance. Support means that you're going to bounce up. Resistance means you're going to bounce back down. I'm coming down to the lower time frame so I can see what's happening in the fast time. Once again, alligator moving up, parabolic moving up, RSI not overbought, so we're looking good for the buy. Same thing here on the M5 as well as the M1. Well, M1 is actually coming down, but this is going to be the most volatile time frame. Each candle only represents 60 seconds. So this is going to jump around on you a lot. A lot of people don't even like to trade on the M1. Oh, looks like I just got a... Okay, so we got our passenger dropped off, signed out of the app. Exactly what would have been waiting on anyway would have been for this parabolic and alligator to turn all the way around, all the way down to the M1. This is what gives me confidence to enter a buy here. Now I see I'm still not overbought. Even though my last fractal was resistance, I'm going to go ahead and enter a buy here. And I would either be looking for one of these last two levels of resistance, and since I'm on the M1, that's not enough for a stop loss. So I'm going to come down here to my last bottom fractal to look for my last level of support, where I will want to enter my stop loss, which is going to be about 149.92. And that is about 27, so 35 pips from where the current price is. So if I want to enter this trade with a 35 pip stop loss, I'm going to go down to a 0.05 for risk management purposes. Bring this down to 149.92, which is where I found that last level of support. So that's where I want my stop loss to be. So this is worst case scenario on this trade that I'm about to make. And I'm going to set my target profit for 20 pips, which will be 46. Boom. So the lot size here determines how much the trade is worth per point. At 0.05, I'm trading at about a little less than 50 cents per pip. So a 20 pip gain is going to be about $10 in profit, which is not a lot. But I only need to do that 9 more times in order to hit my goal for the day, which would be $100. Now, if I take a loss on this trade, which would be about 35 pips at 50 cents per pip, I'm looking at losing a little over $15, a little less than $20. So, of course, that's going to reset my goal and cause me to make more than 9 more trades before I hit my goal. But I can very likely make 9 trades in 30 minutes and be done. So it's not something that takes a long time. The analysis and building the confidence and knowing what to trade and when to trade it is what's going to take you a while to develop. Now, as you can see here, I've entered this buy with a 0.05 lot size. Right now, I'm immediately negative $1.64 due to what's called the spread. As you can see, I haven't been charged any extra fees by my broker. So all they make is the spread and swap fees if I decide to hold after hours or over the weekend. But I'll check back in with you guys later on and let you know how this worked out. Okay, so let's go back and check and see how we're doing real quick. So say last time I checked, yeah, we're still about in the same spot. About halfway to the goal so far at $5. I'm about 11 pips in profit so far. You can see the first and second digit, because it's a JPY pair, after the decimal indicates the pip. So 27 went up to 38. That's an 11 pip profit, which is about $5 at 50 cents per pip. Had I been trading $1 per pip, I'd be about $10 in profit right now. And of course, if my account size was big enough to trade $10 per pip, I'd be $100 in profit right now. And that's basically how it works. As soon as I close out this trade, if I were to close the order, that $5.60 that you see reflected in my equity is going to transfer over to my balance. And I could wire that money out now. Of course, this is only $6, but had it been $10 per pip and we're looking at $500-$600 off of the one trade that I just set up, that would have been a pretty good day. And I could wire that money to my bank right now. When I sit down and dedicate time to finding these kind of trades and cashing out on them, I've been able to do pretty well. My best day was actually $600. But just think, if you were to sit down and dedicate a full 8-hour day that usually goes to a list of tasks created by your boss at work, into finding trades like this and actually leveraging funds to create more funds, how many times could you do this in a day?